Brakatha Yahweh, Brakatha Yahweh Shai, Brakatha Yahweh, Brakatha Yahweh Shai, Brakatha Yahweh, Brakatha Yahweh Shai, Call Halal Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Prakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom, mercy, and safety to all of the Akim on the highways and byways, preaching the word in sincerity and in truth, and a healthy shalom to the elect. All right, my name is Rawai, and I'm back with another lesson through the Spirit. Lord willing, it is edifying. Laying back and off something we were speaking about yesterday at camp. Just wanted to hone in on it, zone in on it a little bit, to go into how this new technology and automation, and AI specifically, is taking over jobs, right? Taking over jobs, which will lead to other things that I'll get into. All right, well, you could just imagine when people lose their jobs, what happens. See, we already see strikes, right? Certain coalitions and unions, they stand up to these big corporations when they try to push automation into these corporations, which pretty much cuts out for them having to pay people. Right? It's really a money. They're really doing it to save money. But we've seen already in the past few years, more specifically, many big corporations and unions try to push automation to remove pretty much people from doing particular work, right? Which again saves these corporations money. All these corporations are built in greed because these corporations make hundreds of millions and billions of dollars, and they still want to try to cut costs, which is wild. But be as it may, we've seen some of the pushback, to this automation, being pushed on, removing, taking jobs from people. So I'm gonna read a little bit of this. This is from CNBC, published in February 2025. It says as many as 41% of employers plan to use AI to replace roles. Now, unless you've been under a rock somewhere, AI is being pretty much used for everything. You can ask AI anything. You can write a proposal for AI. You can write a school paper. You can just almost create anything. You can write a whole full book and publish a book with AI. So a couple of things are happening with AI, and I'll get back to this, but it's a quick point I want to make. The dumbing down of the people, okay, because people don't have to think no more, this is all purposely being done. People don't even have to think anymore because all you have to do is go to AI. Ask AI, and you can get almost, when it comes to anything you have to write down, any proposal, any assistance with anything in writing, reporting, reports, AI does it for you, right? So again, first point I wanted to make is the dumbing down of the people with AI. All right. The second point being, when you look at the school system and the education system across the world, how much longer do you think we have with the typical school system? Right? There's no way to follow and manage and oversee college students and people in school, right? There's no way to oversee what they're submitting. They're sent home to do a report. All they got to do is use AI. So, and I'm sure these corporations and schools and education systems, so-called educational systems, they're aware of this at this point. But that's something to think about. How much longer with AI and the forwarding of it, how much longer does the school system have, right? When it comes to AI, something to think about. All right, but let's continue to read this. As many as 41% of employers plan to use AI to replace roles, but it's not a jobs apocalypse, experts say. And we're going to read about a job apocalypse. We're going to read into that a little bit in a second. This is from the World Economic Forum. In 2025, Future of Jobs report found that as many as 41% of employees were planning on downsizing their workforce due to AI. Again, most of these employees in these corporations are built in greed, right? So they plan on downsizing their workforce due to AI. That number is even higher in the United States, with 48% of respondents said they were planning on adopting the strategy. So most of the jobs that we work for, okay, 48% of them, these big corporations, right, they're planning on adopting the strategy, which would downsize the workforce, all right? It says, but while that statistic may be concerning, it does not necessarily mean that there's an impending employment crisis, all right? Which that's bullshit, okay? Because we're gonna read a little bit of it. Because what happens when you remove jobs? People can't pay their bills, and then there's collateral of things that happen, and there's a follow up and things that will happen, things that will occur when people don't have jobs. All right. It says, we're not looking at this famous jobs apocalypse scenario, Leopold tells CNBC. Leopold thinks that it's an issue of upskilling, right? The Future of Jobs report found that 77% of employees are looking at upskilling their current workforce to better work alongside AI. All right, while 47% are looking at transitioning employees from declining roles into other roles in organizations. How many more roles are available in these corporations and things like that, right? So this is just something to hold the people off, right? By keeping them, safe and secure for a minute until they pull a rug from up under them. Let me see. I want to look at this word upskilling. I'm going to read it here. I have it over here. Because it says the Future of Jobs reports found that 70% of employers are looking at upskilling their current workforce to better work alongside AI. Let's read what upskilling means. It says upskilling from Oxford Languages. It says teach an employee additional skills. An example is this is an opportunity to upskill staff and expand their capabilities. That sounds like bullshit, right? But upskilling means to teach an employee additional skills. So let's go back to this. It says 77% of employers are looking at upskilling, okay, teaching the employees additional skills, right, to better work alongside AI, which that really doesn't make any sense. Because AI is able to do it all. Now, there's still manual labor and things that people need to do at this point, but they are creating infrastructure and a workforce where humans are not going to be needed. That's the bottom line. Okay? I have here from Merriam's another definition of upskill. The meaning of upskill is to provide someone, such as an employee, with more advanced skills through additional education and training. Yeah, well, upskill means what it means, but that doesn't mean it's going to supplement this job loss that's coming, this job apocalypse that's coming, and we're going to get to that now. All right, because there's a job apocalypse coming. It's already happening right now. All right. It says, I just looked this up on Google. The term workforce apocalypse refers to the potential for widespread job displacement and societal disruption caused by rapid advancements in automation and artificial intelligence. Okay, automation. We just mentioned that. All right, and AI. All right, so these two things are taking jobs no matter what. It says societal disruption. Okay, societal disruption. Okay, that doesn't sound like a cool thing. All right, what that simply means is, but yet not simple, is there will be disruptions in society, okay, due to these jobs being taken, okay, and automation and stuff taking over. Like I said, we've already seen, this is in the news now, they just did a deal with the port workers, okay, to stop automation from happening. All right. Um, yeah, so we know there is a workforce apocalypse. It's already happening right now as we speak. People are being laid off. Concerns and predictions, job losses. Some experts predict significant job losses across various sectors due to automation, potentially leading to high unemployment rates. All right. So it's going down, man. It's going down. And again, we filter all of these things through the spirit. Okay, we filter it all through the spirit and through the scriptures. Okay, and it reminds us the times that we're in. We are at the end. Okay, this is. Let me get this real quick. Let's go to the scriptures now. Got a couple here. Lord willing, man. You know we filter these things that are happening through the scriptures out as we're supposed to do, and Lord willing is edifying. All right. This is Ecclesiastes 12:3. Let's see. Yep. Ecclesiastes 12:3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because there are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. All right. So the grinders cease. Okay, meaning there's not going to be a lot of work. There's not going to be a lot of work, and there's not going to be a lot of workers. Okay, and what's happening on the planet Earth with AI and automation, it plays right into the scriptures. Okay, that's why these scriptures are here. All right, because it describes exactly what's happening on the planet Earth. All right, it says, "And the grinders cease because there are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened, and the doors shall be shut in the streets." And when the sound of grinding is low, and when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. All right, so, and the doors shall be shut in the streets. There's going to be nowhere to work. Okay, we already see these big corporations, organizations, and systems shutting down. These big chain stores shutting down. Okay, the doors shall be shut in the streets. You know how many people lost their jobs the past few years? Okay, just think about Toys R Us, all the Toys R Us that shut down. You got a lot of other huge store chains that are shutting down. All right, and they're going on. These things are going online. You could just order it and get what you need to get. Okay, so what we're reading about is already happening. Okay, the workforce apocalypse. It's already happening. It's been happening for the past few years. All right. It says, "And the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all of the daughters of music shall be brought low." Okay, so we are looking at the doors shutting in the streets. Okay, and we are hearing the sound of the grinding be silenced. All right, because people unemployment is crazy right now. Let me look this up real quick. Let's see. Because these so-called politicians, they and these so-called leaders, they do their best to try to front when it comes to the numbers, and because what these presidents do, and these politicians do as a feather in their cap, they go to the unemployment numbers. Okay, let me see, and if it's doing good, they put the feather in their cap and they say, yeah, well, while I was here, unemployment was up. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Right? And they try to put the feather in their cap. All right. This says here from AI Overview, I'm just going to read it. It says, the unemployment rate in the U.S. is currently 4.2%. This rate has remained reflectively stable, fluctuating within a narrow range of 4.0 to 4.2 since May 2024 last year. All right, the number of unemployed people is around 7.2 million, which I feel that number is higher, but hey, let's take it for what it is. Let's go down a little bit. About 4.2% in April 2025. That's a 0.3 percentage point increase from a year before. The unemployment rate is the percentage of people in the labor force who are actively looking for work but not currently employed. Okay. And then, all right, so if that's the case, the unemployment rate is the percentage of people in the labor force who are actively looking for work but not currently employed. What are the numbers of the people who are not looking for work? Because there's millions of them. All right. It says here the unemployment rate in the U.S. as of right now is 4.2%. Okay, which could be more, but definitely factor in the people who are not registered, looking for work and on Indeed and all these places. All right. So we're seeing the grind cease, man. All right. And we're gonna see a lot more. Okay. We're gonna see a lot more. Let's go to let's go here. Because again, there's always collateral damage, okay? When there's always things that will follow no work happening where people can't work. I mean, isn't it obvious what would happen? When people lose their jobs? Yeah, they're gonna be trying to take your shit. Matthew 24:12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. All right? There's going to be a lot of evil, okay, in the land when people start to lose their jobs. There's evil in the land right now, right? But how much more of people's mindsets changing when they don't have a job? It says the love of many shall wax cold. Ain't going to be no love in that time, okay? Unemployment rates are going to skyrocket up. Crime's going to go up. Okay, and the love of many shall wax cold. People are going to be taking. People are going to start taking, looting. All right, crime going to go up. Robberies, armed robberies, homicides going to go up. All right, so that's the times we're in, man. All right, the love of many shall wax cold. All right. You know what happens when the unemployment rate skyrockets, and it's gonna be crazy out here. All right. This is Isaiah 31:1. It says, "Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots, because there are many." Right. So, depending on this society, depending on America to always make things right, which they've done in times past, right? But people have put all their chips in, banking on America in this current system to always be there, right? And always come through and make a way for them, all right? Scripture said, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. So there's those of us who have mentally, I just did a lesson a few days ago going into all our chips in. We got all our chips in with Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. All right. We use the world, not abuse the world, as the scriptures say. But we don't trust in this world and this system. We don't trust our jobs we have now. We trust in the Lord. Yeah, nobody want to lose their damn job. But we're not like the people in the world who feels America is going to always be there. Okay? And come through for us. No matter what happens, we banking on Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai to create a way for us. Okay? It says, woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots, because they are many, and in horsemen, because they are very strong. But they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Right? So destruction is coming to those who have not searched and seeked out Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, and who've not banked on Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. All right? Their time is coming, because they're going to be left, okay, at a dead end, banking on America. All right, there's a job apocalypse coming. It's going to happen, man. These corporations are not going to, and these unions, they're not going to continue to make treaties and patch up some of the issues that they have. All right, and come to agreements and terms and new deals, right? That shit's gonna be out. They basically gonna say, fuck everybody, go do what you do. It ain't no agreement. We moving y'all up out of here. Them unions ain't gonna hold no weight. And it's going to be all hell and chaos in the streets, all right? All right? You can't expect a country like this, or no country, at that, to have morals, right? And integrity, and do the right thing by you. They don't give a shit about you, all right? So we are banking on Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man, to get us through all that we are going through and all that we are going to go through, okay? Our faith is on $1 trillion. All our chips are in with Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, not America and not this world. This is Matthew 6:25. And it reads, therefore I say unto you, this is Yahweh Shai speaking, letters in red. Therefore I say unto you, Salakia, Matthew 6:25. Therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what ye shall eat, or what ye shall drink, nor yet for your body, and what ye shall put on. Is not the life more than meat, and the body than raiment? Okay? Yeah, so we don't put too much thought into what's going to happen with us day in and day out. Okay, we're grateful for Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai getting us through each day, right? We're grateful for that. We know Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is going to get us through, right? So we're not banking on what's going to happen tomorrow, okay? What's going to happen the next day, okay? We need to be grateful what's happening now, okay? So therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what ye shall eat or what ye shall drink. Yeah, we got to put that on Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, all right? Because we don't control that any damn way. That's not on us, all right? It says, nor yet for your body, what ye shall put on, right? Your clothes, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is going to provide, man, okay? Haven't Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai been providing for us from day one? Through all of our ups and downs and all our tribulations, hasn't he allowed us to eat every day? Okay, to have shelter? Okay, yes. And for those that went through and go through hardships, hey, the Lord is still with you. Because you eating. Because if you didn't, your ass won't be here. All right, it says, is not the life more than meat, and the body than raiment? Okay? So the importance lies in us. The importance lies in us banking on Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, not banking on the system, not banking on America, okay? Because we know this place is collapsing, okay? There will be a workforce apocalypse. There was another phrase that I was looking for since yesterday, and Spirit didn't have it come to me when it comes to these layoffs that this automation and AI is doing. Lord willing, it'll come. But yeah, man, these are the times that we're in, and we all need to be grateful for every moment, every time we can eat a meal, every time we can pay our bills, and the Lord is going to sustain his men, right? The Lord is going to sustain the true followers, okay, of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. 1,000,000%. Even when we go through some hardships, regardless of what, the Lord's going to get us through it. This is Philippians 4:19. I'll close here. Lord willing, it says, but my power shall supply all your need, and according to his riches in glory by Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. Okay? So all our needs, our wants are going to be supplied by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Okay, and that's our mindset. Okay, the workforce apocalypse, whether our jobs get clipped or not, okay, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai will provide us all we need. All right, we ought to take no thought. All right, take no thought. That doesn't mean don't do what the hell you got to do. Sit home and take no thought about going to work the next day. That doesn't mean that. All right. That just means understand that it's all the will of the Lord. Okay, it's all the will of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and put your trust in your bank on that. Okay, bank on the Lord coming through for you, and everything else will be handled. All right. So that's all I got, man. This workforce apocalypse is happening. We are going to see a lot more job loss. Okay. And hey, man, AI technology, okay, automation. All right. What is the end goal? What is the end goal to the true believers, the true followers of Yahweh Bashim Shai? What is the end goal of this automation and this AI? Okay, it is the R to the F to the I to the D. Micro C-Hip prophesied in Revelation 13. Okay, that's the bottom line. That's the bottom line. I watched beloved Elder Bro Amawanga Bar's video earlier. Quick lesson he did. It's June and ain't no microchip. It's June and ain't no microchip. Well, to them fucking idiots, okay, false prophets, liars, deceivers, okay, who say that and who believe that, hey, you're out your rabbit ass mind, okay? Yeah, they didn't stick a chip up your ass yet, all right, and implement it yet, but them chips is here, dum-dums. The chips are here. The brain chips, the chip that's going in your hand, which most of you fucking false prophets are going to take, all right, it is here, all right? Yes, the prophecy hasn't been fulfilled yet where they mass implement it, but they're here. We can see them. And AI and automation is just another sign of how close we are. So that's it, man. Call halal Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai Ba'ashim Rakakwadash. Woe to the false prophets, destruction, death to the liars, all right, who mislead the flock. Okay, if you get anything from this lesson, please know and understand the name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh. His only begotten Son name is Yahweh Shai. Shalom to the next one.